Director will now coordinate the questions and answers. He will coordinate the question and answers. If we get 2, 2, 3, 3, then we will ask them to respond. Then we go to the next batch.
Yes. Can we have one question? Your question should not go beyond 3 seconds. You must have dropped the question. We don't need a 1 hour question. Yes, sir. I think that was the first hand I saw. Yes.
Thank
you. You lost your mic. Okay, you have the mic
the
already. Your name, then the question in 3 seconds.
Okay, my name is Iboro Tonren. And I want to ask this question of Chief Kanu Agabi. He said the leader must speak. Speaks to the question of communication and leadership. I do not know whether Nigerian leaders really do much of communication. And the primary place of communication in leadership. So I want to find out from Chief Kanu Agabi and also from the doctor who spoke last, because he's talking of energizing, motivating, and so on. And you do all of this with communication as the oxygen in leadership. What is the problem that Nigerian leaders are not able to communicate the vision if they have, or their dream, that will organize, motivate, and transport Nigerians
okay, thank you
where
very
they want
much.
to go?
Thank you very much. It's asking about communication, why Nigerian leaders are having problems of communication in language, in leadership. No, we will take all the questions. That was number 1. Yes, sir. Your name, then.
Okay, my name is Sebastian Onyemobi. I want a clarification on the first lecture, and especially in the area of the genesis of the problem, where it was placed on those boys that struck in 1966. But we do know from what we've read from the past that the last election conducted by the last census conducted by the British was subjective. And again, the subsequent election after the handover was there was imposition of candidates, which led to riots across the country. So if it started from those 66 boys, why was these issues before those boys struck? Then secondly, to the second speaker, he rightly mentioned that other sectors other than universities are not encouraged. So why is it that up till now in the developmental stage of Nigeria, we have not been able to recognize education beyond universities in Nigeria?
Thank you very much. Yes, the third person I'm entering this room. Yes, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. My question is very simple.
Yes, sir.
When it goes to the first speaker, when he was talking, he talked about the golden era of Nigeria, and it was when the regions were in operation. And I want to ask, sir, are you an advocate of regionalism? I said, when you talked, you said the golden era in Nigeria before the creation of states, before the boys struck, and then there were creation of states where when Nigeria were in regions. So I'm asking, sir, are you an advocate of regionalism in Nigeria? Thank you, sir.
Okay. I think this side, take the mic there.
Thank you, Sir, the Director. My question goes to our son. He talked about...
Your name?
My name is Komurisani Suleiman. He talked about the president presently has too much powers in his hands, and therefore it amounts to dictatorship. And in our constitution, there is a portion which says, we, the people of Nigeria, do have this. Is he now suggesting that because the power is too much concentrated on one person, should we have what some people are advocating as restructuring, and will it cause crisis if we do have that, or it will not? Now, secondly, sir, to you, sorry, please. I want to ask, why are you not, from the pamphlet you gave in the folders, I thought that there should be a course, though may not be a leadership course, but peace and conflict resolution. I think maybe the authority should think of introducing such a course. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Please, I think for now, let's allow our distinguished speakers to do justice to those questions.
Thank you for the honor, sir. So, someone asked about the challenge of communicating vision, especially at governance level. First thing first, you should ask yourself, when you elevate someone, when you elevate somebody who doesn't have a vision, can a man give what he does not have? Whether it's in a private system, family, in a business, if a leader doesn't have a vision, the leader would abdicate leadership role. That's what happens. So that's why one of the things that I normally would do personally when I'm coaching any leader, I want to first of all sit down and listen to them. First of all, tell me about the vision they have. If they do not have a vision, my job is to help them, to be able to create one. Once you are promoted as a head of an organization or a departmental head, your first priority is to sit down and clarify why you are there and create your vision. It is only when a vision is clarified that you can start the transferring. And transferring can happen only when you're sound in communication. There is a way to communicate vision. There's a way to communicate policy. There's a way to communicate your idea. But one of the things that happens is that we force our ideas on people. You must take them. And at the end of the day, the people should not look. You know this because you don't look. They will be with you in the organization, but they are not with you in the vision. So that's the clarity we're talking about. The second one, somebody talked about the person talked about why is it that Nigerian government, they've not recognized the concept of improving on recognition of every certificate of, sometimes polytechnics, even polytechnics, somebody is an employer of labor. He comes in, somebody says, I am a technician. And the person is asking, where is your university certificate? Do you need a university certificate to be a technician? You don't. So what we're saying is that if I wanted to be governor of Imo State in the last election. And what I decided to do, if I was made governor, I would take, all these stylers, these boys stylers, we go to borrow them from Togo and other countries. Why don't you create what we call 7-star institutions that will produce stylers that can compete anywhere in the world? When you do that, you can certify them and export them to South African region, West African region. And you see how people will be skilled and they will be proud because they are earning money. So why don't you make sure that, this is what I'm saying, anybody who becomes president, I would advise that the best thing that can happen to you is that pull down the walls and open up systems where those who want to be dancers, give them a dancing school. Those who want to be filmmakers, give them a school in that direction. Those who want to do anything that is related to skill, give them a skill and certify them. And do not now say, do you have a university education? It's not everybody that should go to the university. That's the point I'm making.
Are you ready, sir?
Thank you very much. you addressed a question to me concerning what I said about the leader speaking. He can't lead if he doesn't speak. He must. He can't speak if he doesn't have a vision, if he doesn't have a mission. So that's my answer to that. Then you referred to the golden era. That was not my expression. I was merely explaining to you that when we went from 4 regions to 12 states to 18 to 24 to 36, we multiplied the manpower needs of the nation, and we met the needs that arose by appointing unqualified people. And that is true. I was not saying that those regions were the best arrangement. But I can tell you that the states, as they are such small units that they are easily pocketable. One person pockets them. One person manipulates them. The bigger the unit is, the more difficult it is to pocket it, or to manipulate it, or to exploit it. The more difficult it is for a person who is not entirely honest or competent to emerge. Competition is greater. And there's no reason why even the states as they are cannot come together and arrange a number of things to do together. Then there was an issue relating to the excessive power of the president. The people who vested all power in the president had a reason to do so. And that is a proper thing to do when there are attempts towards division in the country, such as there are in this country. But the danger of that is that if that power is not exercised, then the tendency will be for the nation to disintegrate. So there was a question about the beginning of the crisis. Yes, it is an abomination. It is. It is always an abomination to kill somebody to take what he has, even if you think he's not using it well. It is an abomination to kill anybody. I'm against bloodshed. I am. And what happened during all those years of military rule is that we inculcated in the people a culture of dictatorship, of bloodshed. I'm against it. I don't support an incompetent person holding office, but I don't support the killing of that incompetent person in order to take over that office. I don't support it at all. That's my position. It's an abomination. There is no office so great that you can sacrifice the life of anybody for it. Thank God.
Director, come and do the other official thing before we start disappearing.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, my chairman. Yes, we are at a very critical but an important stage. At this point, we are going into the induction of members of the Abuja Leadership Center. There are 2 sets of people. First, all the students of Institute for Legislative Studies, University of Abuja, who are to be inducted into Abuja Leadership Center, stand, please. Institute for Legislative Studies, stand. May all the students of Abuja Leadership Center, both MA and PhD stand also and remain standing. Now you all have your membership oath with you. So you repeat after me. I do solemnly swear to be faithful and abide by the ethics, guiding principles and regulations regarding my conduct at the Abuja Leadership Center and the University of Abuja. In accepting this honor as a member of the Abuja Leadership Center, I pledge to be a true ambassador of the ALC and the University of Abuja, to conduct myself nobly and to promote the image of SEM to the highest level, to promote the objective of the ALC at all times, to regularly participate in academic and non-academic assignments, and to apply myself to the projects outlined by the ALC and the University of Abuja, to build open, friendly relationship with my fellow members, to inspire them positively, and to make their experience and membership of the ALC a rewarding and fulfilling experience. And to be a practical example of leadership with humanity, beginning with my community, my organization, and Nigeria at large. So help me God. Now you remain standing while the chairman of the Abuja Leadership Center welcome you to the center.
I, Mahmoud Ahmed, the chairman of Abuja Leadership Center for Excellence in Public Administration and Governance of the University of Abuja, do hereby admit you as members of the Abuja Leadership Center, and I congratulate you. Thank you.
You may now have your seats. Congratulations.
A round of applause for yourselves. Congratulations once again. Well, we are moving, fast towards the end of this program. We'll just quickly go to the next item on this. Okay, the chairman. May I call the Vice Chancellor, the chairman, to present certificates to deserving students? Okay.
On behalf of the University Management and Council, and in particular on behalf of the Vice Chancellor, Professor Abdulrashid Naala, and with good heart from the board of the Abuja Leadership Center, we wish to now present this plaque to Chief Kanu Agabi, SANCON, an elder statesman, an erudite lawyer, somebody who sacrificed manifoldly, not only to the development of Nigeria, but to the sustainability of this Nigerian project. Sir, you may wish to find a very good place in your office or in your sitting room where you place this plaque as a mark of service and excellence to humanity and to Nigeria in particular. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. I will place it in my heart.
Okay. On behalf of University of Abuja Management and Council and the board of this particular great Abuja Leadership Center, I wish to hand over this very important plaque to Dr. Linus Okori for his enormous contributions to covering the distance in leadership in Nigeria and Africa in general. So please find a very good place, if I may learn wisdom from Kanagabi, in your heart, not in your office, to place this plaque. Thank you, sir. Hello, the representative of Professor Zelibe. Is he around?
Yes.
Okay. Let him step forward, or let her step forward. The representative of Zelibe. Okay. Okay. On behalf of the management and council of this great university, as well as the board of this great leadership center, we wish to place this plaque in the hands of Professor Chinelo Grace Abalegu Nzelibe for doing a very good job for the university and for mankind. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Vice Chancellor. Chief Kanu Agabi and Dr. Linus Okori, plus the speaker, current speaker, would like to humbly take our leave. But sociology professor once told me that the study of society can be reduced to one word. That word is order. I therefore like to maintain the order and hand over the chairmanship to Professor Barkindo.
Before you go, sir, could I be permitted to say a word or two? When Malam Yaele Ahmed was being introduced, and all his movements from head of service of the Federation to Minister of Defense to Secretary to the Government of the Federation, there was one thing that was missing. And the missing thing is all of us in the academia and all of us who left the academia but still interested in academia will be very much interested in Yaele Ahmed. Let me give you one example. When Nigeria at 50 was being celebrated, and he was the chairman, I applied for some funds to organize an international conference of leadership in Africa. There was a problem. Many of my former colleagues in the civil service were not interested in me getting the funds, but Yaele Ahmed moved everybody and applied a substantial fund for us to organize an international conference of Nigeria at 50. Issues and challenges in governance, 1960 to 2010. A very beautiful book which has been produced, and anyone who can be able to get that book, please go and look at the foreword which Yaele Ahmed Ajiam Bauti wrote. And so for us, Ajiam Katagu, thank you very much, my dear boy. So all of us are very much happy that Yaele Ahmed is being appointed the chairman of the governing board of this important institution. Thank you very much. Sir, will always be happy where you are. Thank you.
Last but not the least, please, and I'm appealing to Chief Agabi to give us 1 minute again, sir. Sorry. I would like to call upon His Excellency, the Ambassador of Liberia, who is also the doyen of the diplomatic corps around, to give us a goodwill message, because we would like to hear the other side of the story, Your Excellency.
Excellency, Dr. Yayali Ahmed, CFR, former Secretary of the Government Federation, Distinguished Chairman, Chief Kanu Agabi, SAN, former Attorney General, Minister of Justice, Federal Republic of Liberia and Nigeria. See, I'm so used to saying Liberia. Prof. Abdul Rashid Na'ala, Vice Chancellor of the University of Abuja, Chief Host, Dr. Linus Corey, Open Leadership Center CEO, honorable members of the board of the Abuja Leadership Center of the University of Abuja, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Let me thank Vice Chancellor Professor Abdul Rashid Na'ala and Professor Philip Afaha Let me thank you. Let me thank Vice Chancellor Professor Abdul Rashid Na'ala and Professor Philip Afaha, Professor of History and Director of the Abuja Leadership Center at the University of Abuja, for inviting me to participate in this important program as a special guest of honor. Permit me to also thank our keynote speakers for their motivational and stimulating reflections on the theme of this dialogue, Nigeria at 62, Finding Leadership Solutions. On behalf of the President of the Republic of Liberia, His Excellency George Mane Weah, and the government of people of Liberia, I extend heartfelt felicitations to His Excellency Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, on this auspicious occasion of the 62nd Independence Anniversary of Nigeria. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, although conversations about the role of leadership in national development are not new, it is important to incorporate the study of leadership in our institutions, particularly our universities. The reason is straightforward, as has been articulated by our keynote speakers. The study of leadership provides an intellectual framework for finding solutions to national problems. This is because of the location of leaders at the apex of society and the values that they allocate to the rest of society. For example, we all know about the role that leaders like Lee Kuan Yew and Paul Kagame have played in finding solutions in the transformation of Singapore and Rwanda, respectively from third world to first, and from a post-genocidal society to a middle-income country. A popular historical reference, an example, is the United States, where it took leadership through a constitutional democratic system of good governance to transform that country to the most powerful state of the world today. Consequently, we now know that economic development of states is directly proportional to transformational leadership, as the guest speaker said. It was perhaps for this reason that this year's public lecture, organized by the federal government in commemoration of the 62nd Independence Anniversary of Nigeria, was based on the theme elites and national unity. And it was the same reason that the theme in Nigeria at 50 celebrated the leadership issue. In this context, transformational leadership is a veritable springboard for finding solutions to national problems. In searching for leadership solutions to our problems, our speakers have cited attributes of transformational leadership as individualized consideration, intellectual stimulation, inspirational motivation, vision, strategic thinking, reinvention, execution, thinking, etc., etc. In this respect, leadership solutions bring positive change in the status quo by involving leaders and followers across the political spectrum to reinforce each other based on governance attributes and characters that elevate the collective morale and inspirations that bring about sustainable development. It is therefore commendable that the University of Abuja has established the Abuja Leadership Center to make the leadership curriculum educative, demonstrative, and accessible, to provide leadership training not only for the elites, but all eligible students from Nigeria and across the world, who upon graduation are expected to find practical solutions based on transformational leadership principles that promote sustainable human development. So, Chairman, I therefore would like to close by seizing this opportunity to congratulate the administration of the University of Abuja and to congratulate you too for your election as the chair of the board of the Abuja Leadership Center. And also the distinguished personalities that have received awards today. And finally, not leaving out the inductees in legislative studies and the MA and PhD programs. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Thank you very much. Director.
Thank you very much. Yes. Vote of thanks? Yes, the Deputy Director, please. 1 second vote of thanks.
Thank you so much. On behalf of the Vice Chancellor of University of Abuja, thank you, sir. 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 Sir. Sir.